Hello, and I'm sure a lot of us has been anticipating this movie since maybe January, and I can definitely say that this movie is not going to end up 10 out of 10 in my list, but at least it'll get a good rate. So, this is Captain America: The First Avenger movie review, and how did this movie start out? Well, of course, Steve Rogers as a little kid, but I just hated how a lot of people just like embarrassed him, like not like in the movie, but like in the audience in the theater, because most of the time they laughed at him for no apparent reason, just because of the silliness. And yes, they added silliness in this film, which I hate. So, you know, I hated how people weren't really taking this really seriously just because he's little and he's skinny, whatever. I took it seriously and I respected that. I wasn't like making fun of it. I wasn't laughing at it. It's just the way it goes, and it just people just laughed at it so many times and whatever he did. And then one time they applauded, and then I'm not gonna spoil that any more of that. All right, let's start with the start. Originally, James Buchanan Barnes is in this film. This guy right here, who came back from supposed death as the Winter Soldier, but apparently he's just some army trooper in this film, working with Captain America because he's supposed to be Captain America's sidekick, like in the comics. I hated that. So now Captain America in this film gets his shield, like like that one he has right there. And this costume right here, like there was this part where he had this costume for a short time in the film, which I wanted to see that costume because there were shots where you could see a lot of that star open, like being shown. And I would want to see like the rest of that suit. But no, apparently we get this. Are you serious? Like, what the fuck is that? I mean, I understand it's a suit, but what is all that shit? And it looks like, I mean, I don't get that. Like, it looks sort of cheap, and like, why? Why would you add all that stuff? Like, it's not really necessary. I mean, just make the costume like it was supposed to be, especially in the '90s film. I mean, I bet the other suit from that short shot when he had the other shield would have been better. I'm sure that suit would have been better if I would have seen the rest of it, and especially with the mask. I mean, come on, the mask and he had in the film where he had that shield right there. It's just like, what the fuck, guys? Do it the correct way. Don't do it differently. I'm sorry, but this is just ridiculous because it's not even that hard for them to just do it correctly. They just do. I like, seriously, make the costume how it's supposed to be. Don't add anything else. I mean, come on. This is live action, people. I ugh. I just hate when you guys add stuff to the suit, like to make it different. No, it should make it at least similar. Don't add anything. I just don't like it. It makes it looks bulky in a way and too new. It's something I've never ever seen before. Ugh. Of course, this is an action film, and some people like it, some people love it, and some people might say, it's all right. And you should notice this familiar face in this film. Yes, he's actually in it. I'm actually surprised. Check it out.
Stanley.
When I saw him, I literally said, "Oh my god!" Yes, I love Stan Lee's, like, cause his work, and So what I really love about this film is that it actually has that atmosphere as if you're actually in 1941, which is where this film takes place in World War II. And it's actually pretty great, and it does that. It has that atmosphere, and it it has that feeling. It's just so well. Even I felt like I was in 1941, and isn't that how it's supposed to be in the film? But Steve Rogers, in general, Chris Evans, how did he fare up as Steve Rogers? Well, half decent. But I still don't think he was the right choice. He's more of a comedy person. I see he's better off playing the Human Torch than Captain America. Because seriously, I think Matt Damon should have played as Captain America, because we need someone who looks more certified to the law and justice. And Matt Damon actually looks more military-ish. Not this guy, because seriously, I mean, he did have decent, like I said, but I bet Matt Damon would have been better, but he's actually getting older, so but and he's actually pretty short. And supposedly he's like not all that tall because Captain America is actually pretty tall, but I would have given Matt Damon a chance. So Red Skull Johann Schmidt was played by Hugo Weaving, who I think actually did pretty good, and of course you might recognize him from The Matrix. And Tommy Lee Jones is in this film, which I love. I sometimes I look up to him. But what I really hated is that in this part of the film, they were actually shooting here in New York, in downtown. I'm like, God fucking damn it, how the fuck did I miss this? Like, seriously, I hate missing like these shoots because that would have been my perfect chance to meet at least Tommy Lee Jones, because I want to meet at least one famous person. Tommy Lee Jones is a prime example because he's a very good actor. What I hated about this film is the ending. Is that when he landed on ice, like it cut like a lot because like I wanted to see him like like frozen in ice because he was supposed to be in a solid thin of ice frozen because then Colonel Nick Fury, yes, he's in the film, then he would have like thawed him out, and then it would have like actually explained how he's actually still alive. They just did that off screen, which I fucking hated. Well, at least they'll probably show that in the Avengers film, but I expected it to be in this film, which that just really pissed me off. I'm sorry. So of course this is one of the films that leads up to the new Avengers coming in 2012 next year. Another thing I love about this film is that what it does, it tries to better explain the back history of Steve Rogers and how he gets the supernatural serum to become superhuman. This film actually does try, especially to people and fans like me. So, the rating for this film I'm going to give it is an 8.5 out of 10 because it's actually pretty great. I love it, but I don't want to give it a 9 because it's not really that epic. It gave me some hype, yeah, but it's not really that awesome. It's great, but of course I would get this movie and it's gonna go on my collection. So, I suggest you check out this film if you love Captain America or if you love Marvel Comics in general, so that you could have a fun time and maybe get a kick out of it, so you can have fun. And if you want even more fun, I suggest you stay after the credits, especially you Marvel fans. You will get an awesome kick-ass trailer of the Avengers, and they fixed Thor and Iron Man like how they're supposed to, which I'm really proud of. And I think they should have called this the Ultimate Avengers because most of the characters from the Ultimate Avengers are there. Like Hulk, Thor and Iron Man, and Black Widow. Some prime examples. So they should have just called it the Ultimate Avengers, especially the Black Nick Fury, which is the Ultimate Nick Fury. That's just, and it'll pretty much be a treat for you. And the only thing I'm going to spoil in this entire film is James Buchanan Barnes dies in this film. Yeah, poor Bucky. I hated that. That pissed me off. Alright, so Stanley, I suppose you have something to say to the fans.
Excelsior!
America! Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day! Yeah, America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah! Terrorists,